Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is December the 26th, 2023. Hope this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully, you had a great Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. I just figured out about this holiday today, so I was gonna go ahead and shout that out. Yeah, to all you people boxing. No, I know. I looked it up. Whatever. Um, let's see. My Christmas, it was pretty good. Had a really good time hanging out with some family friends. Um, got to eat some yummy food. Had a lot of ham. Had some sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top. Ooh, yummy, 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 yummy. Also had some walnuts in it too, so that was good. Nice little crunch action. Let's see here. Green bean casserole, and then there was scalloped potatoes. So yes, all very yummy. Had a good time hanging out. Got some good gifts. I'm happy about that. I've been nomming on my little stocking stuffers. I got a bag of Sour Patch Kids, and they're fresh, they're good, they're not stepped on. We love that shit. So I'm in Namen, having some wine, having some Sour Patch Kids. Man, the scale is gonna hate me. All right. Anything else I wanted to cover from the holidays? No, like I said, I took an additional day off, so this is a little bit of a vacation tip. Just been chilling, hanging out. Like I said, grazing. Hopefully, like I said, you've had a good one. And let me go ahead and do my startup, and we will get into some news. Oh, I did take a fat nap today. That was nice. It was very nice. All right. Our first article comes from Al Jazeera. U.S. launches strikes on Iraq over drone attack blamed on Iran aligned forces. The Iraqi government has condemned airstrikes by the United States military on its territory as hostile acts after the Pentagon said it hit sites used by pro Iran forces to target U.S. forces. The U.S. strikes killed one member of the Iraqi security forces and wounded 18 people, including civilians, the government of Baghdad said on Tuesday, calling them an unacceptable attack on Iraqi sovereignty that would harm bilateral relations. Launched early on Tuesday, the U.S. airstrikes targeted three sites used by Kataib. We're gonna go with Kataib Hezbollah, a Shia armed group, and its affiliates, said U.S. National Security Council spokesperson Adrian Watson. The strikes were a response to Kataib Hezbollah attack the day before on Erbil Air Base that wounded three U.S. service members, one of them critically, according to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. So, I mean, yeah, this has been a bit of a tit for tat that has been going on for a while now, especially since October 7th with everything going on between Israel and Palestine. It's very unfortunate every time these kind of things happen, because I've said it before when we kind of talk about this, when it's like, yeah, and all the ones we covered where, either an Iraqi drone or, there's a strike, usually someone gets hurt, there are injuries. Whereas, like, when the U.S. comes and retaliates back, there's almost certainly someone dies. People die, and things of that nature. So, I mean, that's why, you see Austin saying, hey, the response was necessary and proportionate. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to have this kind of talk. I don't know. I really don't know how else to really add to the situation in terms of the commentary here. But, I do find it unfortunate either way you look at it. But yeah, the war rages on. But speaking of the continuance of war, let's press on to the next article from the BBC. Russia confirms damage to warship in Black Sea. Russia has confirmed one of its warships has been damaged in a Ukrainian attack on a Black Sea port. The airstrike took place at Fedosia in Russian-occupied Crimea on Tuesday morning. Russia's Ministry of Defense said the large landing ship Novocherkassk was struck by Ukrainian aircraft carrying guided missiles. The head of the Ukrainian Air Force said earlier its warplanes had destroyed the ship. One person was killed in the attack, according to the Russian-installed head of Crimea, Sergei Askinov. Several others were reportedly hurt. 6 buildings were damaged, and a small number of people had to be taken to temporary accommodations. Let's see. The port's transport operations are said to be functioning as normal after the area was cordoned off, while a fire caused by the attack was contained. It looked like it was a really big explosion. It looked like it did a lot of damage. I don't know if the Novocherkassk is like completely damaged beyond repair or not. It looks like this might be another feather in the cap for Ukraine in terms of like closing out the year with like a military win. Let's see if I still have my highlighted portion, if I lost it. Okay, here we go. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Ukraine's Air Force has denied that Russia shot down 2 of its Su-24 bombers about 125 kilometers or 77 miles from the Ukrainian city of Mykolaiv. And Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said that his troops had seized the key town of Marinka in eastern Ukraine. So there's a little bit of an update for you on the Ukraine-Russia front before we close out the year. I mean, maybe there might be more. You never know. Let's go on and move to the states. From NPR, minimum wage workers in 22 states will be getting raises on January 1st. Minimum wage workers in 22 states are going to see more money in their paychecks in the new year. Those increases will affect an estimated 9.9 million workers, according to the Economic Policy Institute, or EPI, which estimates that those bumped wages will add to an additional $6.95 billion in pay. In addition to those 22 states, 38 cities and counties will also increase their minimum wages above the state minimum on January 1st. So that's great. I fucking love to see this. According to the Department of Labor, 20 states will maintain the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. Boo, fucking tomato fucking town, which is crazy that especially 2020, I mean, I'd realized this beforehand, but 2020 really made it so glaringly apparent to me that it's so fucked up that we have a literal situation where like you can get paid so little, but then so much is required of you financially year to year. I don't know, it's just 2020 put that in like just stark perspective to me, because like I'm not on minimum wage, but damn, I'm not really that far off. But so the fact that it's like, man, like I'm grateful for the amount of raises and things that I get in my job. I'm very thankful. But imagine the motherfuckers who've been grinding, working hard, but let's say you wind up going job to job, and it's like you're literally having to live with these kind of minimums potentially. It's just not livable. It's literally not. And I mean, sadly, the situation is, even with these kind of raises, it's still not livable. It's still hard. You know what I mean? Let me read a little bit more. According to EPI, of the 17.6 million workers earning less than $15 an hour, nearly half live in those 20 states that will continue to stick to the federal minimum wage, which has not changed since 2009. The cost of living, however, has skyrocketed. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, $1 in 2023 can buy roughly 70% of what it could buy in 2009. So yeah, there's just this like constant feeling of like being like boiled alive or being squeezed out of your own living circumstances. And I hate that. I hate that's like the average thing for the average American, and we're supposed to be like a number one, world class country, and it sucks. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be living like this. Everything you would think should be raised, and it also bugs me too because especially on the tail end of this year, I've been hearing a lot of talk listening to the podcasts I listen to that are just saying like, hey, why aren't people happier about the economy? Why aren't people more stoked? And it's like, bro, because we're poor. Like we don't have any fucking money. Like, yeah, I'm really glad that the Fed is kind of slowing things down on the interest hikes, but that shit's still up. It's not coming down. It's just not going any higher. Like, what do you mean? I'm supposed to be jumping for joy for that? Like my groceries are still fucking expensive. My bills haven't gone down. Like what? Like it's crazy to me that economists think and act the way that they do, and they look at you with like this skewed face, like, why don't you understand that the numbers are actually in our favor? Like maybe for you, not for me. Not the riffraff standing right next to me. No, it's not. Fuck out of here. Come on, man. But yeah, there is a graph in the article if you would like to look and see if your state is one of the 22. Found out that Ohio is one of them. It looks like for 2023, it looks like it's going to be raised to 1045, and I think it was at 1010. So good that we were above the curve. Also, this is a side note too. I really wish that like if you're in a tip profession, I feel like you should be getting the exact same wages. I know that I don't know, that's crazy maybe, like, oh, that would bankrupt businesses. Well, then maybe they shouldn't be a fucking business if they can't pay people the full amount of money. Because living on tips is hard. I mean, now maybe there's people who are in the waiting game and they fuck with the numbers and they're like, no, that would just fuck up the whole thing. Then people wouldn't tip if they knew that. I don't know, but I just wish that everyone got more money, man. That's really all I'm saying at the end of the day here. I just want us to get ours. That's what we deserve. We all work hard. We all do these fucking jobs. And it's not for fucking nothing. We're not jerking ourselves off here. So yeah, we should be getting paid what we're worth, what we're owed, and what we need to survive. That's the whole fucking point. We shouldn't have to like be stretching 3-4 fucking jobs just to make ends meet. What the fuck is that, man? God damn. Anyway, we have one more thing to cover. We're talking about being fucking dirt broke. Let's talk about the fucking rich motherfuckers out here who have so much money to live that they are doing the craziest fucking shit. Let me go ahead and take my break, and then we will get into it. Whew. Okay. From Fortune, which I have to add, they definitely fucking paywalled me on the article, but I was able to find it for free again. Can't stop me. Brian Johnson is being used as a human guinea pig in unproven gene therapy injections worth $25,000 a pop in an island off Honduras. With an estimated net worth around $400 million, tech entrepreneur Brian Johnson has access to the world's best healthcare, but swapping blood with his 17-year-old son and 70-year-old father and undergoing daily body scans by a team of 30 doctors isn't quite cutting it for the 46-year-old centimillionaire who wants to be 18 again. Now, I gotta say, the article does not talk too much about this part. It really is just using this as like clickbait. But man, that's the reason I clicked the blood swapping part. Like, you're telling me this motherfucker has a blood boy and a blood dad boy? What? That's crazy. So yeah, I was drawn to the story. I've kind of followed Brian Johnson a little bit, not too hard, but I've seen this guy before. He's palled up with like either influencers like who do like weightlifting, like physical fitness stuff. And he just more or less is kind of like humble bragging as best he can about his crazy lifestyle in which he is literally trying to become like fucking a vampire. I don't know, man. He just wants to like be forever young, even though he is like damn near almost fucking 50 years old, and he's just not ready to give it up. And he's got so much fucking money. So I mean, I gotta say this: he does look great. I mean, I got him in the thumbnail with his fucking blood and his fucking son's blood, I guess. But they look strong, they look fit. But like, that does not seem worth it to me. But let me get into a little bit of the crux of the article. Now, the Blueprint founder is taking trips to the remote Caribbean island of Raton to be injected with a genetically enhancing drug that's not been approved by the FDA. And according to at least one scientist, will kill someone. So that's awesome. And that's mainly what the article is about, is this follistatin therapy. But at $25,000 a go, the gene therapy works by turbocharging the body's production of follistatin, a protein that helps manage the production of other proteins and hormones to reduce inflammation, increase muscle mass, and improve bone density. It is according to Mini Circle Inc., the small U.S. startup behind the therapy, one of humanity's best hopes for extreme longevity. The company opted not to charge Johnson for the follistatin therapy, but apparently their treatment is a bargain. Most gene therapies cost more than $1 million a pop. Walter Patterson, Mini Circle's co-founder and chief scientific officer, told Bloomberg. This therapy is made so that anyone in the world can have access to it. Now, even though this is a revolutionary ass fucking therapy, they have not published their clinical trial data for it. So that's kind of suspicious. I don't like that. Apparently scientists don't like it either. There's no evidence for working. These have no evidence for working, don't make sense from a scientific perspective, and will likely kill someone by inducing cancer or liver failure. Christian Gloricio, a physician and neuroscientist, wrote about follistatin and other unregulated gene therapies in her longevity and health newsletter later. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't bode well in my mind for doing something like this. And not to mention, I couldn't even dream of doing a therapy like this. And this guy has like a bunch of schemes, a bunch of risk benefit analysis that he has like a team of people working on. Like, this man is going full Iron Man on himself, trying to live forever, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, he's got money to burn. That's for fucking sure. Like I said, I do wish him the best. I hope this guy doesn't get cancer. I hope this dude's liver holds up. But like, it just seemed like a very vain, ill pursuit for something you don't need to do. Like, you have the rest of your life, man. You still got plenty of time. You could enjoy it. You can maybe like hang out with your kid and your dad and not pump them for blood. I don't know. It just seems like the world's your oyster, and he's over here digging for eternal youth. I don't know. But that's it. That's really all I have for today. I know that's not really a big deal or anything, but that guy's been kind of circling the orbit, and I saw that there was an article I could talk about him, so I figured, hey, why not? So yeah, that's the episode. Hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.